Good afternoon, Year 3, and welcome to our final lesson in outdoor learning this half term. Whilst I'm sharing my screen, I just want you to have a quick think about what we were doing last week. Fabulous. So last week we were looking at trace fossils. So these aren't the fossilized bones or shells of an animal, but these are the traces that they left behind, such as the footprints. And I really enjoyed seeing some of your footprint pictures last week. Today we're going to be looking at why. Why did they become extinct? So the age of the dinosaurs, it is thought that they were around for 165 million years, and then they all died out. When a group of animals die out, so when a species die out, we say that they become extinct. And today we're going to be exploring why the dinosaurs have become extinct. Can you think of any reasons why dinosaurs, and you might also think about other animals that we have discussed, have become extinct? I'm going to give you 20 seconds to have a little think about that. Excellent, Year 3. So there were kind of 4 key theories that scientists believe could have happened to the dinosaurs around 65 million years ago, because that's when they became extinct. So one of the theories is an asteroid hit Earth. There's one that lots of volcanoes erupted. There's one around that there was some type of climatic change, a change in the climate, and that it got very cold. And the other is that there was a disease that killed the dinosaurs. So out of those 4 theories, what do you think? That's just to give you a couple of seconds just to have a think. What's your initial reaction to those 4 theories? We're going to talk about them in a bit more detail now. So the first one is that a giant asteroid hit Earth. And they think it hit Earth so hard it was like a massive explosion, and that it caused red hot ash that roasted everything on the ground, leaving no vegetation, which means that there weren't any plants for the animals to eat. They said it could have caused fires that burnt all the forest and plants. They said it could have caused a cloud of ash and dust, which blocked the sun, so there was no sunlight to help the plants grow. And that it also caused violent winds, which created a huge tsunami, which is a tidal wave that covered the land with water, drowning the dinosaurs and plants. So remember, there weren't any scientists around 65 million years ago. There weren't any humans around 65 million years ago when this happened. So these are just theories. That means that people have looked at the evidence, like we've been looking at the fossils, to try and find out what's happened. So this is one option, that the asteroid has basically destroys the Earth as we knew it back then. Okay. The next one is there was volcanic eruptions, that there might have been multiple volcanic eruptions, so volcanoes erupting. And this could have covered the land and the forest in molten rock, which then, as it cools, became hard, and therefore plants might not have been able to grow. They also think that possibly the eruptions again caused dust and ash to block out the sun, which then affected the plants, so the plants couldn't grow. Volcanic eruptions, if lots of volcanic eruptions were going off, that could have released poisonous gases in the atmosphere, which meant that the dinosaurs would have struggled to breathe. And they also think it could have caused fires in the forest. So these are some of the theories around volcanic eruptions. The next one is a change in climate. So some scientists believe there could have been a big change in climate towards the end of when the dinosaurs were living. And there is evidence that the temperatures dropped around then and that the sea levels dropped. And this would have caused some kind of chain reaction. So if the temperatures dropped so low that plants could no longer grow, then animals that relied on plants to eat, so all the herbivores, they would have had a huge decrease in their population. And some of them may have even died out if there were no plants to eat. And then the carnivores wouldn't have had anything to eat because there wouldn't have been any herbivores around, which is their main food source. So this could have caused a chain reaction. So remember, the plants keep the herbivores alive and the herbivores kept the carnivores alive. So if anything happens to our vegetation, our plants and our trees, this affects the rest of the food chain. So the final theory we're going to discuss today is disease. So other scientists think, and this is perhaps because of the change in temperature, that there were lots of insects. There were lots of insects at the end of the Cretaceous period. So that was towards the end of when the dinosaurs were living. And many of these species were biting insects that carried new diseases. And scientists think this because many of these bugs from that era have been preserved in amber. And evidence of disease that could infect reptiles has been found in those bugs. And they've also examined fossilized dinosaur dung, finding diseases that may have made the dinosaurs very ill. So it would have been these small biting insects which would have spread disease. And it says, due to very hot weather, there was an increase in insects which spread illness and disease among the dinosaurs. So now we've had a little chat about the 4 key theories that scientists have come up with. What do you think happened? So, your activity this week is to choose the reason that you think dinosaurs became extinct 65 million years ago. And I'd like you to present it as a poster. And I'd like you to explain some of the reasons for your argument and why you think this. You might decide that there's a mixture of reasons why the dinosaurs became extinct. You might think, actually, there was a change of climate and a volcano erupted. Okay, so you can mix and match the reasons if you would like to, if that's what you think, or you can choose one of the theories that we have discussed. If you want to do your own research, you could also do your own research into why dinosaurs have become extinct. And you might even find a different reason to the ones that we have discussed today. So I am going to show you which reason I chose and how I presented it now. So I'm going to choose change in climate as the reason that I think that dinosaurs became extinct, and I will explain why I think that in a minute. But the first thing I'm going to do is explain what happened. So scientists think that what happened to the climate was that it became very cold. So I'm going to do my poster. So I am going to, first of all, I'm going to draw a thermometer to represent the change of climate. I'm just going to do it in pencil, but obviously you might want to use colours or paints. I'm just going to do a big arrow down indicating that there was a huge change in climate. And then I'm going to write something next to it, such as scientists think that the temperature dropped very low. Okay. So I might say scientists think that the temperature dropped very low. Actually, I might not finish my sentence there. I might say at the time of the dinosaurs' extinction. Full stop. Okay. And so now we need to think about, okay, so the temperatures dropped very low. What then happened? Okay, so the next thing that might have happened that scientists think is that plants and vegetation that the dinosaurs relied on, particularly the herbivores, didn't grow anymore. So I might draw a tree. And some grass down here. Again, you might want to use different colours. Plants with some leaves on them. Okay, I'm just doing it quickly to show you. Obviously, you might want to take much more time with your pictures. So I'm going to put something like plants could no longer grow because it was too cold. And then there was kind of a chain reaction, wasn't there? So because the plants couldn't grow, it meant that the herbivores didn't have enough food, and therefore herbivore populations probably decreased. And then this would have affected the carnivores, because if the herbivore population decreased, and the carnivores needed meat to survive, and there were less animals around, then they also didn't have enough food. So I might draw a picture of a herbivore and a carnivore and write something about the chain reaction. I'm not going to do that now due to time. So the last thing that we're going to do is I need to explain why I think this, okay? So I'm going to put, why do I think this? So why do I think this? So at the moment, we have got a we're experiencing a type of climate change where the world is getting hotter. And obviously this is happening over a long period of time, but it is affecting the plants and animals on our planet. So I think this is one of the reasons why I think this could have happened 65 million years ago. So I'm going to write something like that. At the moment, we are experiencing climate change where the planet is heating up, full stop. Oh, didn't put an E after my change. At the moment, we're experiencing climate change where the planet is heating up. We know that this is having an effect on the plants and animals on Earth. Full stop. I therefore think this could have happened I've run out of space. 65 million years ago. Full stop. So I have on my poster, I'm going to have some pictures. I've got a title. I've got reasons why the scientists think this has happened. And then I've got the reason why I think out of the 4 reasons that we discussed, so the asteroid, the changing climate, the disease and the volcanoes, why I think that this is the reason. So this is the important bit, because that's why you think this reason is the reason that dinosaurs have become extinct. You might think that there's a mixture of reasons. You might think that it was climate change plus insects carrying disease, in which case you could do a poster explaining both of those things. It's completely up to you. Right, year 3, well done on a fantastic half-term's work in outdoor learning. Have a fantastic half-term break, and I will see you after the holidays. Bye!